What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today we've got a brand new handgun for you. Today we've got the new 22 Magnum from Smith Wesson. Now this is a pretty interesting pistol, and it is kind of a amalgamation of a whole bunch of different ideas and concepts and technology all put into one, and I'm hopefully going to be able to really shoot the crap out of this today. Now we just got this gun from Smith Wesson, so I'm not familiar with it at all, and it is sponsored by Smith, but that's not going to change my opinion. Whatever happens in the video today, you're going to see, and whatever my opinions are, you're going to hear. I think this is an interesting gun because first off, the 22 Magnum is an interesting cartridge, and if you're unfamiliar with that, 22 Magnum is essentially a 40 grain projectile moving about 2,000 feet per second, about a little bit less than twice the power of a 22 long rifle, at least to my my meager Iowa math. Now, the cool thing about the 22 mag from Smith Wesson right off the gate is that not only is it chambered in the relatively affordable 22 Magnum cartridge, but the 22 mag is long and skinny, and because of that, you can fit an awful lot of rounds in the magazine, which we'll get to here in a second, but there's a few other pros to it I want to hit first. So first, it's really easy to shoot. Not only is it still relatively powerful, but it has a very low recoil pulse, allowing people that are small statured, allowing people with weak wrists or arthritis or older people or whatever the case may be to shoot the gun with very little recoil. Add the new tempo barrel system, which is essentially a gas port that they use from the Smith Wesson 5.7 onto this, and I bet you're going to have a very low recoiling pistol. The reason why I say that is because this is very similar in design to the very popular Smith Wesson 5.7. It basically has a gas system in there as opposed to a standard Browning design, which lowers the recoil a good bit. Now add that with the 22 Magnum, and you're going to have a very low recoiling, very flat shooting, easy to shoot cartridge, I assume. High quality iron sights, and then an optics mount right from the factory. Now this accepts the shield RMS pattern, but this is a Holosun EPS carry. Now the pistol weight on this is only 22 ounces, so this is 4 ounces less weight than a Glock 19, and you get even a higher capacity. As a matter of fact, it's double. So Glock gets about 15 in the magazine. On the Smith Wessons, you're going to get 30 plus 1. I didn't stutter. 30 plus 1. Now on these, of course, for YouTube compliance, we only have 25 round magazines, but you will get 30, and I can tell you 30 rounds in a magazine for a handgun is pretty freaking awesome, especially if you consider the fact that it doesn't stick below the grip very much. Like if you're trying to put 30 rounds into a Glock, you're gonna be all the way down there. So I like the fact you get a crazy capacity. I like the fact the gun's most likely gonna be low recoil, and I like the fact that you get the same features out of it that you get on the standard 5.7 pistol, which again, I was a big fan. I've got like 10 videos on. Picatinny rail up top here, pretty decent texture. The grip is a little thinner than a standard M&P and a little more squared off. We also have good texture, but it's not going to be M&P 2.0 texture. We also have the same takedown, I believe, as a CZ, and then back here we have a manual safety if you choose to use that or not. It's pretty easy to keep out of the way if you don't want to use it, and if you want to use it, it's relatively easy to swipe off. Very 1911-ish. MSRP on these guys are about $649 with relatively affordable ammo. Seems like a good time. Awesome specs list on this. Comes from a pretty decent company, but I gotta tell you, one thing that does concern me a little bit about this, which is why we're going to shoot it today, is the rimfire ammunition. So the difference between 5.7 and 22 Magnum is the 22 Magnum's cheaper, it's more available, it's been around for like 60 years, so it's definitely a proven round, but it is in fact a rimfire cartridge, which makes it a little bit less reliable than a 5.7 in theory. So today we'll see how the tempo barrel system works. We'll see if we get any light primer strikes or anything like that. We are running CCI Mini Mag 22 WMR, and that should work fine. I hope. That's the 22 Magnum I ran in the Walter as well. The other thing that's interesting is they managed to get that capacity by doing a staggered magazine as well, as you can see that right there. Very similar to the P365, except done on a much larger scale. We're gonna go down and shoot it, but before I do that, I do wanna mention my page supporters. Thank you guys very much. It's because of you guys we get to shoot this gun today. You guys paid for the ammo, and we really appreciate that. I also wanna mention a local shelter named Iowa. It's the YSS. Those kids could really use your help. Now, it's the first time we're gonna be shooting this here at 7 yards. We're gonna zero our dot. We get close at 7, probably zero at 15, I would say. And then we'll just try the recoil and pulse. I'm gonna be testing the trigger, all that stuff, getting used to the gun, you know, the get to know her phase. Well, dot's super low because it's bright as shit outside today.
What?
That's the least amount of recoil on a full-size pistol I think I've ever experienced. I knew it was gonna be low, but I didn't know it was gonna be quite that low. It's crazy low. All right, we got to move a little bit left and we'll be good. Throwing kind of a rough group down. Pop 2 in the bullseye there, and then 1, 2, 3 wide at 15. I'm zeroing it in though. I'm not used to the trigger yet. All right, that quick 5-shot grip, I'll show you that. That's at 10. Well, I think we're at like 8. That's a quick 5-shot grip right there. Getting closer. No reliability problems at all so far. That's good. I mean, the reality is if this functions well, this is gonna be like a budget 5, because like 22 mags cheaper obviously, and it's gonna allow people access to a gun like this that don't need to worry about getting 5.7, which is getting more popular, but I mean, so far this is shooting incredible. Let's take a look at some of those groups now. This is the one I just popped off. Looks like a 9, 10 round group, something like that.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
And the ammo I bought was $16 for 50 rounds.
Yep,
so
yep.
I don't know how that compares to 5.7.
I don't know either, but it's cheaper. I think 5.7 is about 50 cents a round. Well, there it is. We did have a failure.
Uh-oh.
Failure to feed. Now that's the interesting part about 22 mags, is long and skinny, and sometimes long cartridges, they have a harder time with handguns.
Mmm.
Now CCI is a very quality 22 manufacturer. That was one of the reasons why I went with this, but the other reason is because that's basically all I shoot. I have a lot of Remington Golden Bullet 22, but almost all the 22 I shoot now is CCI. I think it's pretty much on. You think we can hit from the hip from here? I really want to shoot from the hip from here.
That'd be fun. Oh.
Nope, nothing.
But you're all day normal.
This is gonna be a fun day.
All right, out at 50.
All right, yeah, we'll try it at 50 yards. I don't think it'll be too tough with a dot and a good trigger. Well, that's 50 yards. Should we go back a little bit? That seems kind of easy.
Yeah, we should definitely go back. Well, that almost seemed too easy too.
Well, that's 75 yards.
Shall we go back?
Oh shit, look at that.
Oh, damn.
That's when I dropped the slide. Let's drop the slide on a new mag. It shoots like a demon, but yeah. Well, nothing's perfect, I guess.
All right, even further back.
Yeah, why don't we try 100? It's kind of in the shade anyway, and I'm redheaded, so I'm allergic to the sun.
It is hot.
Well, that's 100 yards. I know I shanked 2 or 3 of those, but it's not the gun's fault. Just trying to go so fast. I can't even tell which ones are hitting from back here.
The last few did not hit.
Did not hit?
I don't know what you're trying to...
I might be going too low like I always am.
Oh yeah, that happens at distance sometimes.
Yep.
There you go. Got it.
I shoot a lot so I can call my shots, and generally when the dot is still on the target after the trigger's pulled, I just assume I hit it. I can't really hear that much because I only actually have one ear for people that don't know.
What's up, little tree froggy frog? Oh, see ya.
All right, so we're 110?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Having that same problem.
You're hitting.
Well, that's 110 yards with a handgun. So I don't like the fact that we're having some failures to feed, but I do like the fact that it has essentially no recoil and it's unbelievably accurate. So hopefully this is a break-in issue. We'll see. This brand new gun. Like I said, they just sent it to me. This is the first shot you're seeing it. I didn't dry fire, didn't do anything, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so we had a couple of failures to feed, and one of the things I think that might be due to is, first off, we have a staggered magazine design. That could be the issue, but I'm not sure because it looks like it works on most guns. But we have been using CCI 40 grain flat tip, so this is like a square tipped ammunition. So I decided to go inside and see what else I had. So we also have hollow point ammunition, which I'm not sure is going to do any better or any worse, but it might. This is what I generally hunt with. And then we also had some Fiocchi Performance. Now this is Full Metal Jacket, and generally that has the best chance of feeding. So we're going to be using a few different rounds here and just see if it's the round. So, you know, trying to exclude variables, I guess. So I guess we'll take this flat nose we've been shooting since we got a full mag through it, and we'll just run the VTAC Barricade and see how that goes.
Okay.
So we're gonna run the VTAC Barricade here, hopefully, and that would be extremely challenging with a normal handgun, but I've been shooting really good with this gun today, so we'll see how that goes. Just shoot a little from cover.
Oh.
Same problem, same ammunition though, in all fairness, so.
Yep.
Why don't we just switch out now, and we'll see if it works better. We'll try this Fiocchi here.
This is why we do what we do, guys, so we can help you work through problems.
That didn't even feed right away.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Try this.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Now, one of the things I can tell you about this right off the bat is 22 mag is super loud when you're on the ground. That was loud as shit. So let's try it out now. We got a full mag of Fiocchi Full Metal Jacket, and then I got a mag somewhere around here of more CCI mini mag. So we'll see how this goes. Not well. It doesn't like the Fiocchi at all. Oh,
okay.
Weird. Well, hopefully it's like a break-in thing. I don't know. But in all fairness, we are at like 200 rounds now. It's fast.
Damn, it is fast and accurate.
Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to load up more CCI hollow points. Well, it actually fed the first time, so maybe it's finally breaking in. We're at 250 right now. We're gonna try to go to 300, so I'm gonna shoot 25 more, and then you shoot 25, and we'll be at 250.
Yep.
So.
Oh, you're gonna timer?
Yeah. Well, I hit that guy. He didn't fall over. Oh, I missed the last one. That sucks. Let her rip. A lot of wrist.
I am doing a lot of wrist.
I got hit by 20 of those in a row.
It felt really clunky coming back a couple of those times, like it was catching.
Yeah, I noticed that. You know, a lot of times it's like limp wrist, and you have little wrists, but they're strong generally. You shoot a lot, and I was worried about that. So first 300 rounds for the Smith Wesson 22 Magnum were certainly mixed. That is not what I expected. During the initial talks, beginning of the video, I was obviously very excited because I hadn't shot the gun yet. And I knew it was gonna shoot really well because it was the same tempo system, same trigger, same overall base design as the 5.7. And the 5.7 is an absolutely excellent gun. That being said, 22 Magnum is generally less reliable, partly because of the rimfire cartridges. I was actually worried we were gonna have a lot of failure to ignite because of the rimfire cartridges with the primer, or with the firing pin. That's generally what you see with 22s. However, we had a whole gang of failure to feed. It had the same malfunction every time. And then when you shot it at the end there, it was exacerbated, I would say. Because like, one of the things I'm relatively known for, at least, is I have better than average recoil control.
Yes, you do.
And generally that makes some guns work maybe when they shouldn't, because a lot of times if you even have a remote limp wrist on something, the mass doesn't have enough resistance to come back and cycle the round. You know, basically your wrist fighting the recoil spring, mass of the slide coming back and forth. I think a lot of that has to do with the length of the cartridge. So let's talk about that here real quick. The skinny, long cartridge that is used in the gun, it looked like it was going up the feeding ramp and just getting straight stuck every single time.
Yep, it did.
Now, I initially thought that was due to the flat tip, but we've also been using round nose hollow points here, which generally are a little bit more reliable. And then we also use just regular FMJ. And on top of that, CCI and Fiocchi are excellent ammo in most of the guns that I've shot. I've never had any real problems that were ammo related with this ammunition. So I could be doing something wrong, but just to make sure, we did shoot well over double the normal amount that we shoot on a range day for the first shots. We shot 300 rounds as opposed to 100. We usually shoot 100, 150. We shot 300 today. Part of that is because it's very, very low recoil. Part of that is because the gun's very fun and very shootable. When it works, it's fucking awesome. And the fact that you can get these boxes for $17 for 50 rounds as opposed to like 25 or 40 in some cases is very economic and very affordable. That being said, it being unreliable kind of defeats the purpose too, you know, because it is cheap, it is super fun, it is awesome to shoot, but having like 6 or 7 failures or whatever we had today in 300 rounds, in my opinion at least, sort of relegates it to a fun gun and not to a, so I would not use this for self-defense the way it is currently.
Oh no, oh no, no, no.
And especially with you, it seemed very, very sluggish toward the end. Now, I don't know if that was it getting dirty, because it does have a gas system and those guns usually do get dirty quicker. That being said, we have a lot of Slip 2000 on here. We put a good bit of Slip 2000 on it. We lubed it up before we shot it. We were shooting high quality ammunition, and for the most part, we're pretty competent shooters, so I don't think there was a whole lot of user error. We're very familiar with semi-automatic pistols. I don't know if anybody else has had problems with this, because we're doing this video on the day all the videos are released, and I haven't seen any of them. I imagine Smith's done their testing. I imagine this was sent to other YouTubers as well, although I don't know that. That being said, hopefully they had better luck, and hopefully mine works out in the future. If not, we're going to talk to Smith after this video, and hopefully we can get it fixed. They have great customer service, so we'll see how it goes. This is not the end of the Smith & Wesson 22 Magnum adventure. We are going to be doing a full 1,000 round review. We'll hopefully get this problem fixed for you, and if we do, we'll tell you what it is, and if we don't, we'll tell you we didn't at the full 1,000 round review. And the way this is going, like 3 days. No, I'm kidding. It's going to be in a couple, maybe a month, a couple weeks. So if you want to see more of this, Subscribe, obviously. If you have an opinion on why the gun didn't work, leave it in the comment section below. If you want to see a comparison of this with the 5.7 or maybe with the 22 mag or maybe something else, let me know in the comment section below as well. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.